Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to take a look over something old, and I'm actually pretty excited to have this in my collection. So today we're going to take a look over is one of the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy figures I have here with me, but we're going to take a look over from the Siege line. Yes, it's been a long time doing a review on that, and I'm actually pretty excited for this one. So the one I'm going to take a look over is this right here. I have here is the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Trilogy, and this one we have here is WFC-S27 Decepticon Phantomstrike Squadron. Crap, sorry about that. I was this close about to burp. Now, before we continue on, you guys do me a little bit of a quick favor, so I'll be right back. Hey, you! Stop what you're doing! Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and enjoy your day. So, where did I got this pack right here? Well, I actually ordered it on the Big Bad Toy Show. Well, BBTS. Oh, I got it right. If not, I do apologize for that. No, a Big Bad Toy Store. I gotta check because I kind of keep messing up the name. And I'm very exhausted, so I do apologize for sounding like crap at the moment. And I'm not sponsored by them, but I do want to give them a shout out for having this on the normal price. Because the last time I actually saw this one at my local GameStop, it was around $62, and I'm not fucking paying $62 for that. So anyways, this originally was a Amazon exclusive years ago, but a lot of people got them, and there's some scalpers out there, and if you guys already remember, a lot of people are scalping this price. The last time I actually saw this one on eBay, someone was selling it for about like $300 plus $100 shipping, if I can recall. Like I said, it's been a long time. So, here's what the package style is going to look like right here. You can see Skywarp with 3 Battlemasters right here. And there's Greenlight. And I hope in the future Hasbro can reissue Greenlight because she actually quite costs a lot in the aftermarket. Even on eBay, I saw someone selling it for $280 plus shipping, and yeah, she is very expensive. Now, I know some people's going to ask me in the comment section, am I going to get the other pack with the G2 Sideswipe? And I'm talking about the black version of the G2 Sideswipe, not the one that it came out during the Toxitron collection. I'm hoping I can try to get it, but anyways. Here we have the side of the packaging right here, the nice artwork of Siege right there. The arc is leaving. Nothing at the top, minus the logo right there with the Decepticon symbol. Nothing at the bottom right here. On the other side, you can see this Decepticon Phantomstrike Squadron, and with the number right here. And the back of the packaging showing off all the 4 figures it comes with. This is a 4-pack, by the way, 1 Voyager and 3 Battlemasters. So for Skywarp, transformed to 22-step. Pterodactyl, a redeco of one of the Battlemaster, which I forgot the name of it. I think Pterodon or something? I gotta check, but it's the green pterodactyl. For Pterodactyl, Daxtel, 5 steps. Decepticon Fracas, which is a straight repaint of what's his name? Fire Drive, 5 steps, and Shrewd, who is that thing? It's a repaint of Blowpipe, I think I could recall for this one, or one of the other Battlemasters. So yeah. So let me show you guys the accessory that they comes with, and let's take a look over all this in order. So here we have the accessory that comes with. Now for Skywarp, he comes with the classic null rays right here, which this is actually the first time owning this mold right here. But this time we have it cast in this, it's like a darker shade of, like a dark gray version, or I was going to say charcoal black, but no. But yeah, we have the null rays. We do have Fracas effect piece right here, which is now this time in translucent orange. If you guys remember the Fire Drive mold I have here, I have that one in the pinkish color, which they are compatible, by the way. That you can plug it in to the null rays right here, or any other figures that have blast effect compatibility that you can see right here. For Pterodactyl, this one comes with this effect piece right here, which is actually pretty cool. And for Shrewd, this one right here, which I do love this effect piece right here because it does look like this, and I like it, and you can still plug it in here. So that's actually pretty nice. So let's move this out of the way, and let's bring Skywarp right here, which is the second time I own Skywarp, because I do have the Combined Wars Skywarp, which I still have it today, which unfortunately I have it in my display on my computer, so I cannot do a comparison between that. But if you guys do have one, you can actually do a comparison. So, Skywarp vehicle mode is representing a Cybertronian Tetrajet, which a lot of people love this mode because I think a lot of people have been waiting for an actual good-looking Tetrajet for a long time. I think the last time we actually stalled one for this, it was during the, I think, the War for Cybertron or the Fall of Cybertron video game Tetrajet modes for the three main seekers: Skywarp, Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp. But yeah, but for me, this is actually the first time owning this mode, so yeah. Anyways, the painting is completely detailed on the vehicle mode looks pretty cool. The dark gray, or of course charcoal black, depending on which one it is, mix with the purple and silver on this figure. And I know a lot of people don't like the battle damage look on this right here, but you know me, I do love this so much. Now, for the weapons, by the way, you have two options. You could store it over here or store it right here. And looking for me, well, it's your option to do, but for me, I like to put it right here on the wings. Cause why not? Most people do it like that for displaying theirs, Tetrajets, but like I said, for me, I have it like this. Now, let's actually get on with the issues with this figure in the vehicle mode. The robot legs down here and the arms does expose on the Tetrajet mode, and this mode was released, I think, during around 2029? No, wait, when did I say 2029? 2019 or 2018. I gotta check the history when the siege started, but it's been a long time knowing that. The other problem is the robot chests are exposed back here. So that's kind of sucks and disappointing of it right here. Of course, the thrusters are right down here, so duh. And we have the other effect piece right here for having like one, like, you know, one here, one here, one here. Probably like one of these, I guess. Oh, they are compatible. You can actually plug in one here. Now, if you have a third one of this one right here, you can plug it in, and it looks like it's going super fast, like this right here. What about the bottom? Is it? Can I shove it in here on his feet? Because the feet have thruster on those. Okay, you can. Holy shit! I didn't even fucking realize it. But yeah, you can actually plug it in the effect piece right here to go and look like he's going super fast. And that's actually pretty cool. You do have the Decepticon symbol, one here and one over here. You had two more underneath the wings right there. You can barely see it. One here and one here. But that they're in the robot mode. There's a clear piece right here, which actually looks pretty cool. And I just want to say one thing. The Tetrajet does look pretty fantastic. But of course, with all the kibbles showing off on the robot kibble, it is kind of a bit disappointing right there. So there's not much of it to say about it. So, since we already finished looking at Skywarp and his vehicle mode, let's take a look over one of the Battle Masters. So, here we have Fracas right here, which like I said, a straight repaint of Fire Drive, which I did a review on that one years ago. And it's just a standard, normal Battle Master right here, looking pretty good. And it does, all the Battle Masters had the same issues, all of them. So one of the issues, of course, is the kibble at the back right there, which is part of the blasters, which it is removable and you can plug it into the arms right there. But I am not going to risk it, you know, breaking these part right there or breaking these right here on the hinge. So I'm not risking that one. I wish they could add some little bit more paint to Fracas, to be honest with you. It just look a little bit of bland, and then yeah, it just need a bit more paint, to be honest. Now, unfortunately, articulation, he doesn't have any much. Head doesn't move. The arms, outside of Bodrin, does go for 360 degrees. Arms can go in and out. A little bit of like this right here, like a pivot. Unfortunately, though, no elbow bent and no wrist right here. The waist, all I can go like The waist only can go down. You do have like an ab crunch, but that there, that's during the transformation right there. So yeah, legs on a bulge, so it does go forward, not that much backwards. But if you move the blaster out of the way, it's gonna go that far in and out. A little bit like a swivel right here, like a side swivel right here, but it doesn't. No elbow, no ankle, so he has somewhat of a brick, so that's kind of sucks. And yeah. So next up is Pterodactyl, which is straight redeco of the green one, which I forgot the name of it, but I do want to get that one. A pretty good looking Pterodactyl right here, to be honest with you, and the purple with a little bit of gunmetal gray on the top of it right here does look great. Of course, there is some gap right there, and the reason why for that, of course, for the transformation for axe mode or crossbow mode, I will show you that off when I do showing off the robot mode for Skywarp and show you guys like the weapons mode for all of them. There's not much of it here to say about it, which I wish they could add some little bit more paint to this one right here. Yeah, this one is also a bit bland, so yeah. So articulation wise, head can go like that during the transformation, depending on which one you're trying to do. And the wings can go in and out like that, so yeah. And the feet up and down like that, but that during the transformation. And it does stand very well, because the tail right here is somewhat of a third leg, so yeah. And lastly but not least, we have Shroot right here, which I think if I can remember the mold of this one right here for the body is a street rate paint, street rate deco of blowpipe. Forgot to mention one thing. Shroot does have Fracas does have a Decepticon symbol on the chest right here. Don't see one for Pterodactyl, so that's kind of sucks. But for Shroot right here, he does have one right here that you can see, so thank God for that. And I actually do like this head sculpt, what he has. Like this, the same thing like the other Battle Masters that we already seen. But this one, it actually is one of my favorites. You do have the blaster right here in the back. You can remove it and plug it into the arms, but like I said, I'm not going to do that. And yeah. I like the same articulation like Fracas. No head articulation. Arms can go 360 degrees. Let's go in and out. A little bit of swivel like that. They have like a somewhat of an arcing back right there, but that did the transformation. Forward, backwards, in and out, like that. So, yeah. There's not much of it to say about all these Battle Masters. So, yeah. Now, it's time for the transformation. And the instructions were somewhat clearly, but still, the instructions that Hasbro gave us are still shit, so yeah. So first thing to do is by removing the null rays on the bottom right down here. And put it to the side for now. Now, come back to the wings and disconnect this part right here. And disconnect this part right here. Come to this part right here. And you want to untap this and bring it out so. But before you do that, I forgot to mention, untap the chest to bring it out. Then you bring this up. Then you can disconnect the wings. So I kind of messed up some of the part like that. So I have the wings up like that so far. Come to the arm and disconnect. That is connecting to the legs. There's these tabs right there that go into these slots right there. And they're going like this. Now have the arms out of the way. Split the nose cone of the jet right here, and you bring this up about this angle right here. This is on a double hinge. One hinge here and one hinge here. Now bring the legs down like that, which by the way, the calf right there is spring loaded. So that's actually pretty nice. Open the feet like so. The feet does look pretty weird, to be honest with you, so I'm letting you guys know about that. There you go. Now, this part is going to be very, very, very scary because there's been some reports of breakage in the waist. Because of how it is designed, you got to be very careful with it. So, spin the waist around 180 degrees. Now, bring the chest like so and plug it in. Like here. Bring the head like that. Flip this panel down. And then we'll go in like so. And then you want to open this right here. Straighten out the arms. because it's also on a double hinge. Flip the hands out. Fold it back in. You have one part of the arm right here. And you want to do the same thing on the other side also. God damn it. Bring this out like so. It is a pain in the ass to deal with, but you gotta do it. Now, for the back piece right here, bring the nose cone of the jet and bring it up like that. There's these tabs right there that you guys can see will go into these slots right there. Go in like that, connect it in. Make sure you straighten out the arms, by the way. Next thing to do, there's a small tab right there and go into connect it right here. Lastly, angle the wings like so. And make sure you straighten out the figure. And like I said, you gotta make sure you have them straightened out because the feet, like I said, are a bit weird. Very, very, very weird. There we go. Now let's angle the camera up just a little bit. And there you have Siege Skywarp in his robot mode. Yeah, the transformation was a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with, but when you get to handle it, good. And holy crap, this figure does look fantastic. But I know a lot of people saying the battles damage smudge look awful on the figures. I still love it, so you guys are being ungrateful. And just my figure that got released in 2019, this is a great looking Skywarp figure. And I'm in love with this. Now, I did have some bit of an issue with my copy, and one of the issue is the legs. For no reason, and I'm saying this for no reason, mine was so stiff. Like, oh crap, I was this close about to knock down the camera, but for my copy, both of the legs were way too stiff, and I can barely move it like this. It's like so stiff. So what I did, I had to like put a little bit of lubricant at the back right here, where the mushroom pegs are exposing because I think there was a hole on the back here. And I put a little bit of lubricant right here, and I just did this and that, and it's perfectly good. And thank God I actually fixed it. What else? One of the issues with this figure also have, these pieces right here, they don't connect to anywhere. They just sit there like that. Like this one is stiff a little bit, but thank God for this. But this one, loose as hell. The wings does get in the way for articulation, which is kind of sucks. And like I said about the Decepticon symbol, you can see them right over there. Does look great. Like I said, the backpack was right here, so I understand that why. The feet does look a little bit weird on it right here. There's a little bit of peg hole right here. If you have a Bandai Tamashii stand right there for the peg hole right here. For the peg for that. And plug in the boss effect for the thruster. And he looks like he is flying, shooting down some Autobots. And that's actually pretty nice. The head sculpt on the other hand, he look beautiful. And there is some light piping back here. If you shine a light on it, his eyes will glow. And if you guys don't know what light piping is, light piping when there's a clear plastic on back of the head of the figure, if you shine a light source on it, the eyes will look like it's glowing. And that's actually pretty cool. Speaking of articulation, head is on a ball joint, so it does go full 360 degrees right here. It does go up and down a little bit like that. A little bit of it side to side right here. The wings can move back that far, so you do have a full 360 to the arms like that. The arm does go forward and back, but that due to transformation, so I guess you have somewhat of a butterfly joint. Arm does go in and out. Swivel with the bicep right here, a double bend of the elbow right there. Swivel at the wrist, full 360 degrees. Thank you, Christ, for that one. The waist does go 360 degrees, but that during the transformation. But since the backpack is right here, you only can go side to side, so that's kind of sucks. Legs can go forward that far, not that much backwards because of the backpack. Legs can go in and out. Thigh swivel right there. An over 90-degree bend right here, which is actually pretty nice, but also that during the transformation. And an ankle pivot about that far. So you do get somewhat of a posability of this one right there with this figure, and it's not that much. You can plug in the null rays right here to the side of the arms like that. Of course, like most people pose it, hold it as a gun right here, but these are null rays. They go to the side of the arms, like so. And it does look a little bit weird because sometimes the null rays can plug in to the part right here. So, but I don't think you can do that. Well, you can, but yeah. So most of the Siege Seekers just have the null rays up here. So yeah. But we're not even finished yet because it's time to show you guys each and every single one of the Battle Masters in their weapon mode. So for Fracas, it's easy. Plug in the legs, flip the gun like that. Bring this here to plug it in to the gun. Tabs right here next to the thigh. That connected here. And there you go. Shoot in his weapon mode, which is actually pretty nice. You can plug in the effect piece right here, like so. There you go. And you can see what his gun right there, and it does look pretty cool. And I'm going to show you what he actually looks like, which each and every single, all the Battle Master right here. You just put it in here, and there you go. Now shit. Now for shit. I keep knocking shit down. Now for Pterodactyl, you have two modes. Well, the only mode is the axe mode, but you have also a crossbow mode because there's a pig down here. For axe mode, it's easy. Flip the feet up like that. Bring the handle down that far. Bring the wings down like that. Bring the head back in. And there you have it in his axe mode, which you can plug it into the hands like that. And if you have the effect piece right here that I showed you, plug it in here. Shit, I did the wrong way. You plug it in like so. God fucking damn it, get in. You can plug it in like this. And there you go, he's ready to fight some Autobots with this. And unfortunately though, it's kind of a bit floppy, so it kind of sucks. But for crossbow mode, you just fold everything like so. But this time, have the wings out like that. There's a pig right here underneath. And there you go. But unfortunately though, this droops down, so boo. Let's get him out like that. Now, lastly but not least, Shroot. Same transformation, but this time it's a little bit different. Bring the gun up like that. Connect the legs. This time, arc the whole body like that. Then you want to bring these right here. Like so. Come on. Like so. Connect it right here to the thigh. And there you go. Shroot in his gun mode. The plug-in in right here. Connect the effect piece like that. And plug it in on Skywarp. And there you go. Yeah, most of them does look pretty good, but some, they do kind of sucks. So, take it with a grain of salt. Alright, so I'm gonna go pause the video, give him the final pose, and give you guys my final results, so I'll be right back. I do highly recommend to have this 4-pack, and still available. I think it's still available on BigBadToyStore.com. So, go get it. It's still having the original price for $50. So yeah. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to end this right here, so have fun, stay safe, and I'm out.